Welcome, everybody. In this live stream, we are going to unbox two MAG271 QPX QD-OLED monitors for this new project, where I'm going to try a triple monitor setup. So I already have the 360 hertz version of this monitor. These are 240 hertz. Now, the purpose of this experiment is to see if that makes sense, if that works, because obviously when you have three monitors together, you have a Bezel. Now, to fix that problem, there is a product that I will try that does a very good job in hiding the Bezel, but you now have this piece of acrylic in your peripheral view. So I want to see if that's a deal breaker. And not only that, how the games look. Because yes, it might work perfect, but if the games look with a stretch, it's very ugly, then it might not make a lot of sense. But also, I want to try three of these monitors in portrait. And that is very interesting because if the Bezels are not a deal breaker, now we're talking about beyond 4K resolution, 360 hertz, or even in the future, this year, we will get 500 hertz QD-OLEDs. Okay? So when you put together multiple monitors, you are getting access to something that is not available yet. Okay, if we look, 5 years into the future, this makes no sense because we will have higher resolution and higher refresh rate. But right now, we are building a futuristic display. Also, some people might think, well, why don't you get a 32:9 super ultra wide QD-OLED monitor? We already have that. And yes, we do. But do we have 500 hertz super ultra wide QD-OLED monitors? Not yet. So again, we will have that with super high resolution, huge screen size, but we don't have it yet. And that's another reason. We can get a bigger screen size. Again, 360 hertz plus is limited to 27-inch right now. If you do this, if you put it in portrait, this is going to be like a 40-inch screen. Okay, so it is compelling. You can get higher resolution, bigger screen size, higher refresh rate. And the question is, are the Bezels a deal breaker or not? Because if you put two monitors together, the Bezel is in the middle. That's a deal breaker. I already tried that yesterday with this Bezel-free kit product, and it does a very good job in hiding the Bezel. It hides the Bezel completely, but if you have it in the middle of the screen, any issues is like, that's all you're looking at most of the time. You're looking at the center of the screen, so it has to be perfect. But when you put three displays together, that's no longer the case. So it's a lot easier to tolerate any issues. Now, ultimately, I want to do two things. If this works, I want to try three 500 hertz QD-OLED monitors. And you might think, well, that's going to be very, very, very difficult to drive. Absolutely. 5090 can't do it. I do need a faster CPU, otherwise I can use frame generation. And ultimately, I want to try three 65-inch QD-OLED TVs. Okay, I already have two. I have the Samsung S90C and S90D, which are very similar in brightness. And I will get the Samsung S95F thanks to your support. Thank you very much for all of you who have donated to the GoFundMe and Coffee. thank you very much. I will have a link in the description of this live stream and also a pinned comment. So thank you very much. So I will get it for sure. So it's all a matter of how fast can we get the funding and the discounts and the deals for Black Friday and all of that. So I cannot wait to get the S95F, to peel it off and get rid of that matte finish, and share the settings and all that, and try 3 65-inch QD-OLEDs. I think it's going to be absolutely amazing. And I already tried 2. I already tried my S90D and S90C together, but again, the Bezel was in the middle of the screen. Now, it was not that bad. The Bezel is so small on these TVs. It's not that bad. It was in the middle of the screen. So imagine if this works, if this setup with these 3 monitors in portrait, if this works, it will definitely work with 3 65-inch TVs. And now we're talking about crazy high resolution and huge screen size. So that's going to be beautiful. And I cannot wait to try it. But to try that is going to be a huge investment, because not only I have to buy a third TV, I would also need to buy a mounting bracket, system, to wall mount, like these arms that you use to wall mount the TVs, so I can wall mount all 3 of them, because TVs don't have this feature that we have on the monitors. So with the monitors, you can just do this and flip them. You can change from portrait, from this to regular. So you cannot do this with TVs. That's why I want to try this with the monitors, because we have a stand that works very, very well, that allows you to modify them. So if this works with the monitors, for me, it will definitely work with the TVs. So then I can go ahead and make the investment, because I know it will work. So that's why this experiment, I think, is very, very interesting and very, very important for those of you out there who want to build the $10,000 command center. Okay. So of course, this is a rabbit hole. It never ends, because imagine if 3 monitors work, super, super ultra wide setup for racing, for example. Now you're getting into the rabbit hole of buying the wheel and the pedals and the chair that moves. And that's another, that's like VR stuff. So yeah, it never ends, but that's fun. That's a lot of fun for me. So this is going to be a live stream. I'm going to unbox these 2 monitors. It shouldn't take that long, because I already did one of these. And I will be reading the comments. And you'll see what you say. If you have any questions, let me know. We already have some comments. So Kyle says, I just bought the PS5 Pro. Looks awesome on the C1. Enjoy, brother. Enjoy your new toy. Would love to get your thoughts on Vince in a video. Yeah, I might try that. The thing is, it doesn't work for games yet. It only works for video, but I'll try it. Now let's get this crack open. We also had some comments from earlier, before the stream started. Some concerns about NVIDIA Surround and HDR. So that's a problem, but Major Paint the Cactus should work, as well as Reno DX. So I'll show you. As you can see, this is sealed right now. So I will open it. Let me know if you can hear me well and see me well. So hopefully we got these monitors in one piece. Hopefully. I have to say the boxes are a little bit busted, maybe because these monitors have been going around to more reviewers. So I got this monitor. So MSI sent them to me for this project, but I will return them back. Okay, as you can see here, this is a return label. This is the return label that I have here. So I'm gonna try this for a couple weeks to see if it works, to give you my thoughts and opinions, see if this makes sense. So, huh. This is like a warranty letter or something. Okay, let me put this aside. I'll try to keep everything intact so I can return it in one piece. So it seems like this was already open. So this is not going to be like, probably we don't have the peel on the monitor. Yeah, interesting. The boxes, these are arriving. Mine was more plain and regular brown cardboard. Yes, that is true. These monitors, I don't know why the monitors they are sending to me have these nice boxes. And I've seen that the boxes that they have for regular retail, for the most part, it's like a cardboard. It's not this nice. I don't know why. These are review samples. So the box is different. I don't know why. I, of course, like a lot this box. It looks prettier. But yeah, the important part is the monitor. But that is true. I don't know why that's the case. Now, again, this was open before. There's a review sample that I will be returning when I finish. So this is the stand. Let me get this out of the way. And this cable. So we got this power cord, HDMI 2.1, which is great that they include that, HDMI 2.1 and DisplayPort cables, all of it. So I'll put this aside. Now this monitor is the 240 hertz version. Let me tell you, there's going to be absolutely no difference between this monitor and the 360 hertz version or the 500 hertz. Well, the 500 hertz might be a little bit brighter, maybe, because it has the latest panel, but not really. All these monitors they have about the same brightness. So the thing is, if you are not getting 360 FPS, there's no difference between this monitor, that's 240, and the one that I have. So if you're getting below 240 frames per second, save the money and get this monitor, because there's like no difference whatsoever. So the 360 hertz monitor is not going to do anything for you unless you are getting over 240. And you're getting over 240 consistently, because if it drops below 240, then it doesn't really matter. Just lock the FPS to 240. So this is the base. I like this base has this screw here with this to screw to the. Actually, let's do that. I've done this before. So this only comes in one position. You see that there's a knob here at the top. There's a knob at the top. And here you can see it. So you just match that. And after that, you have your magic screw. I like this because you don't need a screwdriver to put this together. So that's it. I like this base a lot because it doesn't take a lot of space on the desk. So for something like this, to try 3 of these, it's going to be a lot better because I can definitely fit them no issues. If it was one of those long legs that I've seen in other monitors, it might be more of a problem. So we got this already. Let's get the panel out and put it on the base. Let's see what else we have here. These are some screws that come to use the to mount, to like wall mounted with one of those arms. Let me get more light. Yeah, we're not gonna be using these. Okay. Let me get these out of the way. And let me get my laptop out of the way so I can put the monitor here. Okay, so let's see. So Jamie says, I have the 360 hertz version, and I still only utilize 240 hertz. I like being able to use DLDSR, downsample older games where I can. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. But now we have frame generation. So for frame generation, having 360 hertz plus or even 500 hertz makes sense because you can get that performance with frame generation. That's not performance, but you can get that motion clarity having frame generation. But just the raw performance, the games are very heavy on the CPU. So to get 360 FPS without drops, that's insane. And 500 is gonna be almost impossible to get without frame generation. And you have 49. So that is, yeah, it's not easy at all. I hear that, bro, but you can grow into the monitors over years. You will get better components eventually. In the meantime, enjoy the response times. You'll net from a display like that. Yeah. Yep. That's the thing. The monitors, you can keep them for a long time. I mean, especially these QD-OLED monitors, they have not improved they are almost the same when it comes to brightness. We have 4 generations of QD-OLED monitors, and the brightness on these monitors is almost the same, which is a shame. It is really disappointing, and this is all a restriction from Samsung, which is the one who makes the panels. It is really, really disappointing that these monitors are not getting significantly brighter. When we have TVs, the TVs are crazy bright in comparison. It's not even close. So I just really don't understand what's going on with these monitors. Now, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to use the mount. Before I get this out of the box, I'll try to put the mount on it like I did last time. Not sure if it's going to fit here. Yeah, it should. So this is the easiest thing. You don't need screws or anything. Just gonna put this like that. Boom. Just like that. So I can lift the whole screen. Just like that. Now let me show you that. I'm gonna put the screen on the desk, change my counter to show you that. See, this unboxing is very easy. Can get it closer. I have the other monitor here, so I'll take it out. So I'll put it in portrait so it fits the desk easier. You can see these. Oops. There you go. I have this in portrait. I'll remove. It should not have the peel. Yeah, this doesn't have the peel. It is in good shape. It's in good shape. But yeah, this should come when it is brand new. It should come with a peel, but this is not brand new. This is a review sample that someone else already tried. So that's what we got. Now let me get this. I put this back here. I'm going to use display port because my GPU has 3 display ports out, but only 1 HDMI 2.1, which is a shame. Honestly, I'd much rather have 3 HDMI 2.1s and 1 display port because on these monitors, for example, you can get 360 hertz with DSC, 12 bits full RGB over HDMI 2.1. But if you are using DisplayPort, then instead of 12 bits, it's 10 bits, which, I mean, I cannot see any difference, so it doesn't really matter. But my point is HDMI 2.1 is a little bit better. And that's because of the DisplayPort version that we have. We don't have the latest DisplayPort on these monitors. So the other thing is if you disable DSC, you can get 4K, you can get 1440p, 240 hertz, again, full RGB, 12 bits, over HDMI 2.1, but only 10 bits over display ports. So that's the thing. But that's okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna flip it. I'm gonna flip it, and we're gonna get 3 of these, man. Look at how big is this screen going to be. It's gonna be huge, let me tell you. Now, interestingly, let's see if mine goes higher. Oh yeah, it goes higher. I was gonna say, man, is the base different? That this one is higher than mine? No, it's the same. Same base. So I'm gonna have my monitor, because the 360 hertz is my monitor. They did send it to me for me to keep, and I absolutely love 360 hertz QD-OLED. It's just amazing. Okay, absolutely incredible. The motion clarity is incredible. But 240 hertz is already a very nice place to be, let me tell you. But yeah, I love this 360, and this is my monitor. But I will return this to 240 hertz monitors once I finish this experiment. So let me, I want to try it already to see how they go together. And this is the reason why I want to try this experiment with the monitors first, because they have this stand that allows me to play with them. Now, the biggest problem here is that the monitor, the design has this plastic here. Of course, this was not intended to be done. This is just a crazy experiment. So this plastic here is thick. So I want to overlap the monitors with each other. And of course, I can overlap. I can just flip it the other way and overlap this part, which is thinner. But the other monitor is going to have to overlap with this anyway. So there's no way around it. I have to, I have to deal with that difference, and we'll try to get it as close as possible. So initially, I'm going to max out the tilt so I get the same angle, and then I'll change it. So I'm trying to. And it doesn't matter that it's touching because it's plastic. It's the plastic Bezel that we have versus the back of the monitor. So it's not a problem. The screens are not touching each other at all. Let me. Also, this is tilted. Let me see your comments here. Okay, now it will be a question if it can push the full resolution and frame rate on 3 monitors simultaneously. So the resolution is going to be just a little bit higher than 4K. So calculate. So there's a simple math here. We have 1440p. So 1440, 1440 pixels here. So just multiply that by 3. If you multiply that by 3, you get beyond 4K. And then you have that by 2160. I did the math. I forgot the number. So vertically, okay, let's do the math. Let me put the calculator here. Let's do the math. I'll tell you why I'm putting this vertically. Because we're getting more resolution. Look, we have 1440 multiplied by 3. That is 4,320 pixels horizontally, okay? That is beyond 4K. And then, that is horizontally. So then vertically, we have 2560, okay? So this is going to have more detail than 4K, and it's going to, this setup, if it works, you can get it at 500 hertz this year. So you can either get it at 240 hertz, 360 hertz, or 500 hertz. So the question is the Bezel a deal breaker? How about the Bezel free kit for such a small area here? Will that work? If I have 2 of them here and 2 of them here? So I have to answer all those questions to see if it makes sense. That's why we're doing this experiment. And I have to say thank you very much, MSI, for sending me this, because this is a very expensive experiment, as you can imagine. So for me to try this, it is awesome that MSI sent me the monitors, because otherwise I have to spend over $2,000 to try this, which is not it's no joke. So I'll tell you all about it. That's what we're doing, the experiment. Okay, so we got it pretty good for now. I would have to lower this one a little bit. Yeah, so that's the good thing about this monitor stand, that you can move it to get it perfectly aligned the way you want. And as you can see, the Bezel is going to be very small. Actually, when I look at it, it's not gonna be that big of a problem. So once you look at the center of the screen, and this is on the peripheral view, it might not be a deal breaker. But let's see. Let's see. So I'm going to plug it in right now, and then I'm going to unbox the second monitor, and we're going to turn it on and see how it goes. So this cable, let me see if I'm not sure if my GPU is going to reach this far. I might have to flip the setup. So the cables are going that way. Yeah, I think I might have to flip this setup. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that, because then this cable's not gonna reach my GPU unless I flip the PC. So I think it's easier to flip the monitors than to flip the PC. Yeah, this is this is like a dream setup for 2008. So, but the thing is, your massive ultra wide is not 360 hertz, and it will not be 500 hertz, for a while. It will not be. Yeah, now the pixel shift will be a problem. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Now, these monitors don't allow you to completely turn off the pixel shift, which is a problem for this setup. Now, how big of a deal that's gonna be, I don't know. So that's what I'm gonna try. I will be trying this for a while, and I will tell you. If it doesn't work well, I'll tell you. If it's amazing, I'll tell you. So that's why we're doing it. This might not make any sense at the end, but at the very least, it is a cool experiment. That's why we're doing it. But it might be amazing. So I want to try it. This is something that I am very excited to try. But to try it, it's a big investment. So you don't want to do this without knowing, without having a feedback. So that's why I'm doing it. So I can tell you. I can tell you all about it. So I'm gonna flip the monitors so I can have the cables going that way so I can reach my GPU. So let me flip. That's the thing with this stand, you can do this. That's what's great about trying it with the monitors first. Because if I try this with the TV, imagine the investment. Getting the third TV, then all the mounting brackets, opening holes in the wall. I mean, it's gonna be wild. It's gonna be wild. Let's try now. Good. That's it. Now the cable should reach. Let's see if this display port cable reaches. Creative. I can dig it. Yeah, it is. And the thing is the idea of getting a bigger size, higher resolution, higher refresh rate than what is available. You think it's crazy? I mean, I think it will work. That's why I'm doing it. But the thing is, with how picky I am, I might not be able to live with the defects. So maybe at the beginning I'm going to be blown away, but then when I start playing for a while, I'll be like, yeah, the Bezels are a deal breaker. But that's why I will try the Bezel free kit, and I might buy another Bezel free kit, which I bought with my own money, to try it with this setup because it's so long. One is not enough, so I need to try two on each of the joints, and that's how you get the 65-inch TVs setup working. Now, for 65-inch TVs, you cannot do this. So you would need three Bezel free kits and put them all together. That would be crazy. So you have two curved LG GX9 monitors stacked together. No need for that Bezel free gimmick from ASUS. What are you doing now? It's a waste of time. I don't think it's a waste of time. Now, how did you stack together one on top of the other? How did you stack together those two monitors? I'm working from home. I do data analysis. So yeah, let me know how you stack those two monitors together. I would put it one on top of the other, but then the Bezel will be in the middle. I've seen for sim racing, some people are putting together three curved monitors. Oh, let me connect this to. I'll connect it later. Let me get the power. I'll connect it to the GPU later. Because maybe I have to move my PC. Okay. get power here because we need 3 power cords. Now, I think, of course, this Samsung could easily have a bigger QD-OLED with higher refresh rate. I mean, at this point, we could have 8K, 500 hertz if they want. It's just a matter of, they are spoon feeding us the tech. So it's just a matter of how much they want to give us, really. So the thing is, we will have all this cool stuff, but it's gonna take time. So this is the way I see it. This is like a look into the future. That's how I see it. Yeah, that's the thing. That's my thing. I want to try this and imagine this setup with the TVs. And also, not only that, so let alone that it might be a problem to have a bezel and all of that. How are the games going to look? Like, forget about the technicality. Like, how are the games going to look with that, with the setup? And we'll go from there. This is gonna give me a very good idea of how the TVs are going to stack together. Especially this is the way I want to try the TVs. So we got the first monitor out. I'm gonna unbox the second monitor. Now, let me get this box out of the way. To the second monitor. Yeah. Let's go. So let me move the camera. You can see this one. Let's go. This one is sealed. Now again, the boxes are pretty busted, and I guess it's because these monitors have been shipped to many places, so that's why. I'm not the first one to do this. I don't know how many times, but that's definitely going to affect. Okay, let me get this out of the way. Mm-hmm. We break the seal, flip it. Woo. This. So same deal here. We have display port, HDMI, power. We're gonna be using the display port only. So that's what I'm going to take out. This screws for the wall mounting. The power. I really like how easy this is to get out of the box, really. I mean, this system here, I think is very, very good because you don't need a screwdriver or anything. Just matching this and then using the screw in the back. Oh, this one had the thing broken. You see, you remember that we had a thing in the back here for the screw. It seems like someone broke it because this is not new. Again, this is a review sample. So someone broke this. I have a screwdriver, but I don't think it's necessary. This doesn't have to be like super hard or anything. That's good enough. It's the game. Now we have the base. Get this out of the way. Yeah, let me read the chat. Oh, this is not gonna be that long. We're taking it super fast. Only 42 minutes. Yeah, I think 365-inch TV is gonna be incredible. I tried two already, 265 TVs, and the bezel in the middle was so small. The only reason why it was a problem is because it was right in the middle of the screen. I'm sure in the peripheral view it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter, but we can use the Bezel 3 kit for that. So that's gonna be incredible. Have you settled on any settings for the monitor? Yes. I share the settings. Now, what I'm gonna see is if the settings I share for the 360 Hertz version works for the 240 Hertz version. They should be the same, but maybe they are not. So I will update the firmware to have the same software and everything, and then we'll try that. Let's see how that goes. I was crazy for keeping my Alienware AW2725B at 360 Hertz 1440p OLED monitor. After getting an ASUS PG32 UCDM, it would be cool to see racing. I thought I was crazy. No, I mean, are they both 27-inch? You said? Oh, 32-inch. Oh, I see what you're saying. So the Alienware is 21:9, 1440p. Is it? Oh, it's 27-inch, 360. But the ASUS is 32. So how are you gonna do? So the thing is, you need 3 32-inch or 3 27-inch. Now for the Bezel 3 kit, maximum screen size is 27-inch, but people have adapted it to work with 3 32-inch monitors. You just need to, glue a piece of acrylic to it or something like that. So it's not easy, but it can be done. How's it going? Thank you for stopping by. Let's see how this goes. 3 OLEDs side by side would be cool for sim racing. Yeah, I mean, there is a YouTube channel that already put together 365-inch TVs. Now, they were not OLED, but he has all the sim racing stuff. I mean, the wheel, the share. I mean, you can go crazy with it. Wheel, share, and the share moves with the pedals and everything. So 365-inch TVs with a Bezel-free kit and the wheel and everything for sim racing. He said that he likes that more than VR. Okay, that's how immersive it is. It's just crazy. So let's get this one out of the box. Again, I really like that I do not have to touch the screen of these monitors to get them out of the box. If I buy them brand new, this is so awesome because QD-OLED is very fragile. So you can just come and do this with this mounting system. I think it works very well. It just has these knobs here. Make sure it's clean. And you just go for it like this. Boom. And once it's in, you can just lift the monitor from here, which is great. Now, let me see if I have space. I have to move this to the right because I don't think I have a lot of space here. Now, in my desk, I am not sure if I'm going to be able to fit the triple monitor setup horizontally. I think I can, but I might have to get the for sure. I have to get the PC out of the desk. The PC needs to be on the floor. But yeah, I should be able to fit them. But it's because they are going to be on an angle. I'm gonna try this first in portrait and flat. So they're gonna be flat first without the Bezel-free kit. That's what I want to see. How is that? Because if I try the 65-inch QD-OLED monitors in portrait, I wouldn't be able to use the Bezel-free kit unless I buy 3 of them and then try to glue together 3 of them for each. So that might be possible, but it's gonna be very difficult to do. So that's what I want to do. Ultimately, that's my goal, and that's gonna be like 8K. I mean, that's gonna be insane. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine that? Let's do the math for that. If I put 365-inch 4K QD-OLED side by side, we would have 2160 times 3 horizontal resolution. So that is 6480. Okay? 6480. That is horizontally. So that's beyond 6K. The 6480 by 3840. Just imagine that. At 144. That's gonna be incredible. Absolutely insane. Very, very hard, very demanding to run. But it is possible. With DLSS and frame generation, all of that, we can do it. 5090, we can do it. And it's gonna be less demanding on the CPU. So even my CPU right now is gonna be okay with it. Okay, so let me get these. You get this aligned. Good. We'll work on it. We'll perfect the alignment later. The third monitor should fit in here. Let's see if you can see this. I have to move the. Let me move. Well, you can see this part. Yeah. Let me get this out. This monitor out. inspection of the screen. This one is a little bit dirty. I have to clean this. This one, the other one was perfect. Not perfect, but it was cleaner. Try this. Now this one. No. No. Why would I do that? No. No, I did. I made one mistake because this should go the other way to have this the smaller part here. Here, I have no choice. I have to do this. I have no choice. Let me show you now this. Now there's nothing else in the box, so let me get this. Get this back. Cable. These screws. This paper. Let me get this back. Put this box, get it out of the way. Okay, let me get this. Let me put the laptop here so I have more. I have the laptop here. I can see the comments. Yeah, again, there's a YouTube channel who does sim racing, and he says he likes more 365-inch TVs for sim racing than VR. So it is definitely, it's gonna be amazing. Now, I've never, tried sim racing or anything, but why not? Why not? I'll try for sure. Let me get them. Let me align them together. Yeah, we need 16K. We need 16K. Yeah, I don't have an affiliate link for these monitors, but I did post the model. I did have the model in the description of the video. I think I need to be more, how can I say? Like, why not? Why wouldn't I have an affiliate link? I want to try them first and see if they're good. I mean, they should be the same as this monitor that I tried already, the 360. There should be no difference other than the refresh rate. And yeah, I can recommend this monitor. 360 hertz QD-OLED is amazing. And if you cannot get 360 FPS, the 240 hertz monitor is going to be like no difference at all. If you're getting 240 FPS or less, there's no difference whatsoever between 360 to 240, 500. It doesn't matter. So just save the money then. Definitely. So check it out. We need 16K. Yeah. GTA 6. Can you imagine that? GTA 6, bro. It's gonna be crazy. And we have 2 years for it. So we just need to get the command center ready. We have 3 years. 2 years at least. I think we have time to get the command center ready for it. It's gonna be amazing. So now what I'm gonna do, I realize that I can, if the cable reaches, let's see if this display port cable for the last monitor is gonna reach my GPU. Yeah, it should. It should. So I'm gonna flip this one then. I'm gonna flip this monitor. I'm gonna flip it. I'll flip this one. Did I? So I'm gonna flip this one. Let's see, did I flip this 360? I think so. Whoa. Wait a minute. I think I flipped it this one too much. Let me see. Oh no, it's the power. It's the power cord. This. I'm good. I just need to tilt it. There you go. That's what I'm gonna do. So I have this the thin bezels, and I will overlap them. So I'm gonna have it closer to here instead. So I'm closer to the GPU. Yeah, it's gonna be better. Why not mount the monitors on a 3-mount stand? I have a 2-mount stand. Well, the reason is I don't have it. But if I had one of those, it would be better. That's for sure. But I don't have them. So I think it's gonna be fine with the stand from these monitors. That's why I like the stand of these monitors. It is heavy, it is functional, and it doesn't take a lot of space on the desk. It's actually very small, but very, I mean, the stand of this monitor, if you ask me, why would you get, a brand over the other brand? If all the QD-OLEDs are the same, I would look at the stand, the settings available, and all the stuff, because really all these QD-OLED monitors are the same. When it comes to the brightness, it doesn't matter which company it is, which generation of QD-OLED, it's all about the same. So it's all about the calibration, the settings, the stand, customer support and all the stuff is what can be the deciding factor. So I really like the stand of this one. So I'm gonna get this one. So the center monitor is gonna be like this. And then I will overlap these two. There you go. I like it. There you go. Now this is better. Of course, I wish I could do the same on this side, but unfortunately, the plastic, this plastic bar here is a little bit thicker than the screen, of course. It goes out of the screen. So this is ideal here on the right side. This is ideal. The bezel is very small bezel. That's a cool thing about these OLEDs. The bezel is very, very small. You see, that bezel is very small. So if I use the bezel free kits, the problem is I have to tilt the monitors by 50, 60 degrees. So then I think that might not work because, yeah, I don't think that might work. So I'll try it before like this, which is what I want to do with the TVs. This is the setup that I am more interested in. Because imagine doing this with 365-inch TVs, bro. Imagine the size of that thing. That's going to be a monster TV. 4K on each screen. That's gonna be insane. And it is so big that this bezel in the peripheral view might not be a problem at all. So I'm just gonna get close to this. I'll get close to the screen to see if it is try to get a feel for it. Try to get a feel of how 65-inch would work. But you see, this is not ideal. This because of this plastic, this part is not ideal. That's okay. If I step back, it might be fine. Okay. There you go. Okay, so I'm just going to connect them and fire this on and see how a game looks like. Look at that, man. Woo! This is like 40 inches. 40 inches. Right now, I'm gonna set it to 240 hertz because yeah, this is 360. The one in the center is 360, but these two are 240. So I have to cap the whole setup to 240 hertz. Power consumption. Let's do this. Power consumption. Don't care. Anyway, let's go, man. Power consumption doesn't matter. Just go through the roof. Max out brightness. Yeah, imagine a new monitor with 10 bezels. I'm excited. Yeah, this is gonna be insane. Now, you think this is crazy? You think this is crazy? Imagine this setup with 365-inch QD-OLED TVs. Just think about it. That's gonna be crazy. So the thing is, I want to try it here first to get a feel for it, to imagine, okay, how about, if I get close to the screen, if I'm like right here, it's gonna be, I can't imagine how with a bigger TV, how would that be? It's not gonna be the same, but that's what I wanna try. I wanna get the feel for it. So I have 3 things I can do. One is this, flat. The other thing would be try the bezel-free kit and tilt them. I don't think that's gonna work because it's too narrow to tilt these two, but I'll try it. And I would need 2 bezel-free kits for that. And then the other thing, which is probably the best way, because it is the intended way, is just have them horizontally and use the bezel-free kit. So with the bezel-free kit, this disappears completely. There's no bezels whatsoever. Now, the problem is, if you look at it, it's going to be a little bit distorted. But if you're not paying attention to where the bezel is, it's going to look like a gigantic screen. So that's most likely going to be the best setup for sim racing. Definitely, it's going to be amazing. So yeah, please remind me the bezel kit works on that setup, but just normal side by side. So the bezel-free kit only works if you tilt the monitors this much. I'll show you the angle. This is what you have to do. So here it is. This is the device to completely hide the bezel. But the problem is this: you have to do this. So you need to have the monitors in this angle, 120 or 108 or 130. So you have to do this. See? So these monitors need to be tilted a lot, like I don't know how to show you, like how I showed yesterday. I will try it. I will try that too. So I'll do another stream to try that. So with that and this device, it completely hides the vessel. Completely. Like you will not see any vessel whatsoever. But of course, this is not perfect. Now, this looks matte. I would have to peel it off. This one has a peel from each side. So when you peel it off, it's a little bit more crystal. But the problem is, it's not thin at all. It's a big thing. So, and it's not perfect, but if you're not focusing on it, it's not going to be a problem. But yeah, not for portrait. For portrait, I don't think it's going to work because I'm going to have two giant things here on the side. It's not going to work. And also, it just doesn't reach from top to bottom. So I would need two of them. And I would need to put a joint on them. So then you have the joint problem. It's not a perfect solution. But if I flip them, it is. It's designed to work like that. So it should be great. If I have them in a regular position, it should be great. So that's what I want to try. That's what I want to try. Now let's fire this on. Let me connect them first. Make sure the cable reaches. Power consumption, don't care. 5090, 3 monitors, the TV. I mean, we're going crazy with it. Don't care. Now, the 5090 can output 4 displays. So I can actually max out the 5090 with a 65-inch TV and this 3. Now I think I'm gonna have to move I have a backup power supply, which is what I am using to connect everything. And I'm gonna have to move it because the cables of the monitors are not very long and they are not reaching. Let me try to remove these. I'm trying to connect everything on the back. They reach. Let me. It should be okay. Well, let me. Okay. I should reach now. Whew, barely. Let's go. That's gonna reach. Okay, let's see what we got. 90 watts by 3. The 5090 and the CPU. And we're gonna turn on the TV also. We're gonna max out the 5090. We're gonna use the TV with that. Now, if the TV was equally as wide, we could try it. Maybe, let me tell you, maybe my 48-inch C1. No, it's gonna be bigger. It's gonna be bigger. This is like 40 inches. It's gonna be like 40 inches. No, I'm not using an extension cord. It is a backup power supply that has all the connectors. So it is designed for that. I have an APC backup power supply that's 900 watts. So that should be fine. Maybe I should buy 3 monitors. No, I think a 77-inch QD-OLED TV is better. It's not gonna be as high of a resolution. it cannot be 500 hertz. But you know, it's a more elegant solution, and the HDR impact is going to be a lot better. Again, the thing is, if this works, imagine 500 hertz, like exactly like this. Imagine this imagine this setup with 500 hertz beyond 4K. That's a display that doesn't exist. So I like it. See, I like the idea. It's like futuristic. It's a futuristic idea. So I just want to see if it works like this. And if it doesn't, how about just normally using the Bezel 3 kit? I think that's what's going to work the best for sure, but let's see. That's what I want to try. It's exciting. In any case, I just want to see this, okay? So yeah, I think it's just awesome. Cannot wait to try it. Let me connect this to power. We got the power in this one, power in this one. Mine. Oh, repower this one. Now, let's hope that something doesn't explode here. It's just way too much. Why is this? Oh, the other way. I hope it doesn't explode. Let's say this. There you go. Now I'm gonna have to use an extension for one of the monitors because it's not reaching. Oh, actually, I cannot even use this extension. Let me try from here. These cables for the monitors are very, very short. I wish even the TVs, I mean, the TV is also short. I wish this were a lot longer for things like this. For stuff like this, I think it would be better if they were longer, but they did reach. Now let's see if this display port cable is gonna reach from my GPU all the way up to here. If it doesn't reach, then I have to move the PC. We have one over here, another one over here. See if it reaches. Yeah, it should be fine. 5090 is about to get maxed out. Gonna max out the power. All the power. We're gonna have to need it. I'm gonna connect also the TV. Yeah, I have to connect the TV too. Max out. 5090 can do it. No problem. We're gonna get 240 frames per second. And it's gonna be wild. Let's go. We got everything connected. I'm just gonna fire this on to be amazed. Woo! Let's go. Gonna turn on the TV first. Set up the settings. Let me. How do I turn this on? Okay, let's fire it up. Fire off the PC. Woo! Let's go. Fire on is not the right. Well, hopefully it doesn't fire on. I don't like glossy screens, but that's just my opinion. Gloss is the best, bro. It's the best. Trust me. Trust me. Glossy is the way to go. Okay, there you go. We got output. I need to get into Windows and change the settings. So right now I have the TV on and everything else. I'll turn it on too. I'll turn it on, everything on. Don't care. 5090, 4 display, 4 displays. I mean, the power bill this month is gonna be crazy. Yeah, let me get into Windows. See, change the settings. I'll be a little bit wild. Change the settings from here. Okay, display settings. You see? Why it says 3 only? I thought the 5090 was gonna. Oh, because I have to turn on some of the monitors. Let me turn on this one and let's see. Okay, there you go. We have 4 displays right now. Let me get this out of the way. This light. Get this light out of the way. Let's go, man. We have 4. Now I'm gonna do. Let me change this to portrait so I can operate. It's a mess right now. Let me see how can I get to my my main display here. I don't know where the mouse. So the mouse is right here. I don't know how to get to this screen. How can I get here? If I go all the way down, no. If I go all the way up, no. All the way to the left? Yeah, yes. Here we are. So we need, let me identify them first. So go identify. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 is gonna go here. Well, let me change this to portrait first, so I can actually work on it. Portrait. No. Okay. Let me see. So we are right now at number 3. So let me select number 3 and change it to portrait, so I can work on it. It's on landscape right now. I'll change it to portrait. Flip. No, the other way. I'll change it to regular portrait. There you go. Now I can. So I'll have the TV on the left. This one needs to be portrait. The same. This number 1. Let me apply that. This number 1 is gonna be portrait 2. But so I have 1, 3, and 2. So it will be 1 here, 3, and 2. And then number 2, let me apply this. Number 2 and portrait flip. There you go. Let's go. We got it set up already. It's working. It's working right now. Now I'm going to, 4 displays. So I'm going to open here the Explorer. Let me get a bigger here on my TV. Oh, before I wanted to open a game already. Let me Let me open the NVIDIA control panel. Check the settings. Okay. And this is wild. So you got, no, the TV, no. If I disconnect the TV, I would be using less power. I want all the power. Now, because I don't know, I want to try maybe surround with four displays. So I might put the 65-inch side by side with these three and see what happens. Yeah, I just want gaming. The whole room is gonna be a QD-OLED wall. I like it. MSI MAG 34 1 CQP QD-OLED 34-inch curved. So that's going to be 21:9 aspect ratio. So that's ultra wide. 1440p. So 3440 by 1440 resolution. And the refresh rate, I don't remember if it's 240 or less. It's not enough. I already have the Alienware 34 and the curve is very, very little. I have an LG ultra wide curved monitor. The curve is like, you can see the curve in the monitor. I like the curve. I've seen the super ultra wide monitors with a very, very big curve. I like it. The thing is, I have not played games like that, so I need to see how the games will perform. Okay, let me change. Now, how they look, if you have stretching or anything like that. So let me change the resolution first on all the monitors. I'm setting them to 240 hertz each first, and then we'll do the NVIDIA surround. We got 240 on this one, 240. Now, if I didn't have the 5090, I would have to disable DSC to get this working. But the NVIDIA surround should work even with DSC with the 5090. So let's see. Let's see if that's the case. So I'm setting them to 240 hertz right now. 240 hertz. All of them, 240. So they are right now 1440 by 2560. So that's a resolution of each one of them. And now I'm gonna put together all the resolutions. Let me change the S90D too. Because I'm gonna try also to include the S90D later. Let's see how that works. Okay, we got it. Now I'm going to set up the NVIDIA surround. Now let me make this bigger so you can see it. That's kind of the quality of the stream is very bad. You cannot see it anyway. So I'll do a separate video and show things in detail. For now, let me just configure surround. Let's go. Surround 3, 1, and 2. That's what we need. We're gonna use 3, 1, and 2. Only 2 displays can be selected? No way. What? Why? Oh, wow. Oh, man, for a moment I thought, because I have to do 1 by 3. So I had selected 1 by 2, and it was telling me only 2 displays can be selected. I'm like, no. Why? But no, you just have to change the topology to 1 by 3, and then you can select 3 displays, of course. So it'll be 3, 1, and 2. There you go. Resolution 4320 by 2160. Refresh rate 120 hertz only. Why? Why? It doesn't let me do 240? Oh. Okay, let's try that first and see what's going. Oh, big disappointment. Big disappointment. If I can only do 120 hertz, this was a catastrophic failure. Why? I wonder why. So it's loading right now. Okay, it's set. Of course, I have to change the brightness and all of them. But what is going on? Why? It's not letting me. Oh, why this one is flipped? Yeah, these two are right, but number 2 is flipped. So let me. I don't know why. Oh. I have to flip it. I thought that I was gonna be able to, with NVIDIA Surround, I thought I was gonna be able to do this. I have to have them on the same orientation. I cannot. You see, this number 2 here right now is flipped. You see? Let me put myself in the middle. You see this number 2? And the brightness. Let me get this closer here. You see the number 2 is flipped. So when I set up extended displays on Windows, I can change the orientation of them individually, no problem, and the refresh rate. But with NVIDIA Surround, it seems like I cannot do this. Like I have to flip this one. That's not nice. It's not a deal breaker, but it's not nice. Now the biggest problem I see right now, it's only letting me do 120 hertz. Now I might have to disable the thing is, if I disable DSC on the 240 hertz monitors, I can only do 120 hertz anyway. So okay, let's try to figure this out. Okay, let me see. If you know, let me know. Yeah, that's what I did. So I flip it in Windows already, thinking after I flip it in Windows, it's gonna work here. No. Yeah, man, it's a trap. If this is 120 hertz only, it's like nonsense. Like this, the entire operation is a failure. Yeah, man, this not enough bandwidth. I don't think it's yeah, it might be a glitch or something. Yeah, I think it might be, this might be a glitch. So I'm gonna try this. I'm going to disable surround. Then I'm going to flip this display to be like this too. So I don't need to have it reverse in portrait. Then after that, I am going to try it again and see if that works. Because right now I see 2 displays. It is letting me set it to 240 hertz right now. I can use 2 displays and set it to 240. And you know what? Yeah, it is letting me set it to 3. Let me try again. It will be 3, 1, and 2. Oh, it's not letting me. Okay, let me try this. I'm going to. And of course, I have to change the settings on the monitors and all of that to, equalize the brightness. Ideally, for this setup, you don't want to have ABL. So I would just cap the brightness to 250 nits, which is the maximum full screen brightness of each of these monitors. And that will be it. So let me do, okay, number 2 got flipped. Let me try this again. Portrait flipped. Keep changes. Okay, let me see. 1 got flipped too. Portrait. Keep. Okay. So now 1, 2. Oh, now I have to flip number 2. Let me try it again because NVIDIA surround might be glitchy. Okay, let me try this again. No HDR, so HDR is off. Let me do that. Let me turn off HDR because you know that might cause some issues. I don't think it might be a bandwidth issue, you know, but maybe it is. Maybe it is a bandwidth issue. But let's see. Let's see. Okay, we got 2, 3, 1. It's working. So I'm going to change the resolution of each. Let me try changing the resolution here first. I'm going to set them to 240. So it is 239.99 hertz. I'm going to change all of them to be 240, 239.99. And see if that works. Okay, so now that they are at 240 hertz, let's go again to the NVIDIA control panel and try to set surround. Let me see. 10 bits, 10 bits, 10 bits, 240, all of them. Let me turn on VSync 2. Turn on VSync. Maybe let me try to turn on VRR and all of them. I don't know, just trying something different because this might be just buggy. So enable full screen and window it. G-Sync. Enable settings for the selected display model. That's for the 360. The 360 hertz has that option. Okay, now it's on. Okay, let's see if we can get it working, man. So the TV right now is, yeah, I'll try that. I'll try that too. But the TV right now is off. Like I turn it off on the settings. But yeah, I might try that just to. But you see, right now it's only the 3 monitors. Like there's no TV right now. Okay, let me see. Okay, configure surround. Let's go. Spam displays. Configure. We're doing science right now. Let's see. See if we get this working. Come on. Come on, man. It's work. I mean, right now it is like flickering and flashing. It's not. It's trying to get this working. 59 is struggling. Like right now, it is flickering. The mouse is like, you see, it's like stuck on it. It's trying, but it's buggy, man. I think that's what's happening, man. It should. I think it's buggy. Maybe turn off G-Sync. Yeah. I'll remove the TV. Let me remove the TV. Like right now, it is like collapsing. 59 is collapsing right now with this setup. Let me remove the TV. I think it's too much. It's just way too much. Let's see. I remove the TV now to see if it. Yeah, at least that reset. You see? At least that reset the whole thing. But now I have this issue again with this monitor. Okay. Let me. Oh, I think I. Yeah, let me flip. I'm gonna flip this monitor. Number 2, I'm gonna flip it because I think that's where the problem might be coming from. I set it in Windows to portrait flipped, and that's why when I open NVIDIA Surround, the topology is 1, 2. So it wants me to use, or it actually wants me to use 3 and 2. But yeah, I think that's where the problem comes from. So let me disable this. I'm going to flip this monitor and then change it. Let's see. You know, one thing I don't like about this monitor is like this message popping asking me to do the pixel refresh when I am using the monitor. Why would you do that? Just do it when I turn it off. Don't even ask me about it. If I'm using the display, it should not ask me about that. I don't think that makes any sense. Okay, let's see. Let me. Okay. 1, 3, and 2. So be 1, 3, and 2. Apply. Then 2. I'm just gonna flip it. Let me turn it off so I can turn it off. So I can flip it. So I can disconnect the power and display port. Flip it. Okay. Let's see now. Okay. So now let's connect it. Okay. So let me turn it on. Let's go. The G-Sync does not hold the GPU back. I don't think the G-Sync was the problem. Let's see if it works now. I used to never use any kind of sync, but lately it's been really nice and smooth. I mean, yeah, G-Sync, I think. I don't use G-Sync all the time, but at least V-Sync. And just make sure the FPS doesn't drop. Okay. It's working now. Each of them in portrait without being flipped. Now let me check the refresh. 240. And 240. So we got all three of them, 240 hertz. I'm going to, let's try it now, see if it works. So let me change the topology to 1/3 and then select 3, 1 and 2 together. Refresh rate is locked to 120. Well, let's enable that and see how it looks. And then we'll figure out the 120 hertz issue. Let's get it working first. But let me tell you, if I'm going to be locked to 120, this is not. It's not what I wanted. I mean, I wanted 360. I thought that was going to work. Well, it collapsed. The PC restarted. It 100% collapsed. The PC restarted. I turned it on, and the PC restarted. I think this is definitely, this is definitely buggy. It worked. Last time it worked. It was just this monitor on the right was flipped, but it worked last time. Yeah, this NVIDIA surround has some issues. Probably they don't pay attention to it too much. NVIDIA, I mean. So it might have an issue with this kind of setups, and NVIDIA needs to fix it. Like they've been fixing a lot of issues with their drivers. I am using the latest driver. I just updated the drivers before this operation. I'm gonna turn off. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off G-Sync. Try it again. Yeah, I'm gonna turn off G-Sync. But this is bad, man. The whole PC restarting. That's bad. I mean, that's a big problem. That shouldn't have happened. And actually, right now, it is like if this was working, but it's not. Let me turn off G-Sync. I'll turn it off and see how it goes now. Okay, no G-Sync. I always come here after disabling G-Sync. I always enable V-Sync here because I forget. Then when I open the games, I'm getting screen tearing. I have to close it and come here and do it again. Because I turn on V-Sync on the NVIDIA control panel, not on the game. Okay, so let me change this one to 240. This one was at 60 hertz for some reason. Maybe this one is the one giving me issues with it. I don't know why. Maybe the output of the GPU has an issue. It's a possibility that one of the ports of my 5090 has an issue. I don't know. Let's try. Let's go. Okay, so topology 1x3, 3, 1, 2, 120 hertz. Let's go. Maybe the other thing I can try is to disable DSC on the monitors. Now it worked. Now it worked at least. Let's go. This is working. This is working. Good. Now let me. Okay, let me align. Let me work a little bit on the alignment. It's working, but 120 hertz, man. I don't know why. Before I work on the alignment and all of that, let me try this. Okay, just say apply. That's fine. Let me get out of here and let me see if I can go here to the settings and change. No, it doesn't let me change the refresh rate. Let me see if I choose limited. If I choose limited and apply that, let me see if it's going to let me. Maybe it's a bandwidth limitation. So I set it to limited. Let's see if it lets me go to 240. No, it doesn't let me go to 240. Let me try I can lower the resolution, but the thing is, if I lower the resolution, what's the point of doing this? Huh. I wonder if the triple setup in regular horizontal, 16 by 9 by 3, I wonder if that's gonna work at 240 or if it's gonna be limited to 120. Can someone do a research here and see what's going on? Why it's not letting me go to 240? Yeah, so the giant lines on the screens is something we're gonna have to live with. I wonder why. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't understand why. So you used this setup before. I ran triple 1440p 144 hertz for 3 years and used surround. Well, it can be buggy. I was able to get 144 working. Yeah. I don't know why. I mean, these cables. I mean, I have other cables, but these are DisplayPort cables. I mean, there's nothing special with them. I don't think it's a problem with the cables. It's the cables that come with a monitor. I mean, they were supporting the full resolution, so that's all you need to know. Like, there's nothing beyond that. I was able to set them already to 240 hertz, so it's not a problem with the cables. I think. Let me. Okay, we'll figure that out later. I will do my research. What I'm gonna do now is try to get rid of the Bezel as much as I can, correct them a little bit, and just fire up again, do my research, see what's going on, see how I can fix this, and then we will go from there. Okay, let me get rid of this, try to adjust it best as I can. So this is, let me go to the settings first. Let me go to the settings and change the, adjust the settings a little bit. For example, I have to reduce as much as possible the pixel shift. Unfortunately, on these monitors, you cannot turn it off completely. And that's a problem for something like this. Otherwise, I cannot even notice that much. It's not from the anti-burning protection mechanisms. I think it's the least offensive, the least intrusive, basically. I would turn it off if I could. So this panel has 12.4 hours. So this has been used for 12.4 hours. So this firmware seems to be updated. Let me change the picture preset. I'm gonna change the picture preset to user. Yeah, this firmware was updated, or it is coming like that out of the box, maybe. Because I had to update the firmware of mine to get all these options. Now let's see what else I have to. Oh, let me change this. You change the brightness, contrast. I never tested the SDR settings on these, so I don't know the SDR settings. Oh, it is on HDR right now. Why? Yeah, these settings are not locked. I don't know why. Okay, so brightness and contrast 70. It's okay. I'll match that with the rest of the monitors. Now for this one, I have to reach. Let me set the same settings. on each monitor, and then I'll try to fix the bezel. So I'll match this 70 and 70. So ideally, for something like this, I don't want ABL at all. So I would try to find the settings that would give me 250 nits full screen for SDR, and that's what I would use. I'll set it to 70 for now. No sharpness. Okay, do the same with this one. So basically matching all the settings. I really don't get why. So you get a message telling you when you're gonna change the settings, it tells you, be careful when you change the settings because you might increase the power consumption. Why would someone care at all about the power consumption? It's like 90 watts. It doesn't matter. I want more brightness. Couldn't care less about the power consumption. I want more power. More power. Let it burn. I would tell to MSI, forget about the 3-year warranty. Just zero warranty. Just let them burn. But the thing is, it's not up to them. It's just the brightness is a Samsung restriction. So it doesn't matter what they want to do. The panel comes with power restrictions from Samsung. So they cannot, there's nothing they can do about it. Okay, so now 70. Get it, 70. What happened? Oh. What happened? Well, I don't know what happened there. What? I don't know what happened there. Let me go again. Change the brightness. 70, 70. Okay. That's okay. Oh, I forgot. Let me go to, on this one, let me go to the OLED care pixel shift slow. And turn off the rest. Off. So this one has 13.1 hours of usage. Okay, so now let me try to get rid of the bezel as much as I can. Yeah, I will change the resolution to see if it to see if it's if it works basically. Yeah, it works individually at high refresh rate, so it might not. Yeah, the cable cannot be because it wouldn't be working. And I don't have another cable to check. I do not have another cable. I mean, yeah, a single super ultra wide monitor is gonna be it's gonna be better. There's no question about that. This is an experiment. What I'm doing here is an experiment. 8K 60 hertz, 4K 165, 2K 240. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I don't know what you are trying to imply on that one. Fiber cables might be the way to go. But again, if each of them are working at maximum refresh rate and resolution, the cable doesn't matter. Like, it's not gonna make any difference. Yeah, let's try it. Okay, let me try to get rid of this bezel as much as I can. Get it close. Get it. There you go. Okay, so that's acceptable for now. I'll try to, I have to lower it a little bit. Let me try. If I increase this, I'm making it worse. So I would need to, now let me detach this. Detach this, wait. Let me set this to 0. Okay, if I do this, I'm making it worse. No, making it better. 5, 4, 5, 6. But the thing is, when you correct the bezels with these, you are losing a little bit of information. So this NVIDIA Surround has a bezel correction. So right now it is almost perfect, as you can see on the video. So for that, I am losing 20 pixels. So once I do this bezel correction, the resolution will change a little bit. It will go down a little bit. Let me try this one. Oh, this one is almost perfect. So I might have to just, I think it's better, instead of doing the bezel correction, just move this thing. Maybe the bezel correction doesn't make any sense if I can just move the panel. Let me try again. This one is perfect. This one is perfect. Yeah. So now let me try this. Instead of that, let me just set it back to 0 and move this up. That's it. Why would I lose information? Just do that. Yeah, that's perfect now. So let's try this. I'm just gonna open a game. Then I'll figure out about the refresh rate situation, because it seems like I cannot go beyond. It's not letting me go beyond 240, beyond 120. So now let me just open a game here. What should I try? Let me try this high on live. Let me get the MSI afterburner. So yeah, I have to figure out the refresh rate situation. Otherwise, this doesn't make any sense at all. If I cannot get all the refresh rate, no sense. This doesn't make any sense. Also, this taskbar right now is like not working well for some reason. I don't know what's happening here with these NVIDIAs around. I think it's kind of buggy. You see, it's like it's not popping. It's not even working. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to, hover to see the taskbar, and it's going in and out. It's not working. I might have to restart a PC. It is so buggy, man. Like, let me restart a PC. And also, it's like super big. I'll try to reduce the size of the screen. It is very buggy. On second thought, it's not the cable. It's more of the driver limitation, latest drivers or bandwidth. Yeah, there's something wrong with this. But did he do that with different cables or the same or else? So it is I am using the DisplayPort cables that come with each monitor. Again, I don't think it's the cable. This is just the NVIDIA Surround, or it's a software issue. I don't think it's maybe it is a bandwidth limitation. I don't know. I don't think so, but maybe it is a bandwidth limitation, or at least we got it working now. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna reduce the size of this. Reduce the size of the icons. I can see better because it's so big. See, it's like scaling at 350, man. This is a huge. Okay. So now I have a single display. Let me go again to the control panel. Oh, 120. So let's see if I reduce the resolution. Yeah, if I reduce the resolution to 2304 by 1366, it is letting me go to 240. So let me do that and see if I can go back. See if I can change the resolution and then go back to the higher refresh rate. No. So it is letting me lower the resolution to 2304 by 1366 and do 240. But at full resolution, 4320 by 2560, I am limited to 120 hertz. So what that means is, I mean, I don't know, because someone said that he was able to set it to 144 hertz, but not in portrait. Maybe if I have these monitors, yeah. So here's the thing: if I change the monitors to 16:9, it's completely different because now we have 1440p. You just have like 8K by 1440p, something like that. So that might work at full 240 hertz, but this setup, even when it has the same amount of pixels, it is not the same because of the way the screens are refreshing. Okay, this is refreshing left to right, top to bottom. So it might be different. Like if you have less vertical resolution, that's easier. It might be easier for the GPU, and it might have no issues of doing 240 or even 500. So I will have to investigate that later. For now, I just want to open a game right now to see how it is like. I want to open high on live. Let me open the MSI Afterburner to get the numbers. I'm gonna cap to 120. Where is RTSS? Gonna cap to 120. You see, that's why this experiment is important. Who is gonna spend all this money to try, and then you spend over $2,000, and then you realize that it's not gonna work? That's gonna be a mess. So I think this experiment is very important. Let's see. Let's go. Let's go. You might need a KVM switch. I've heard that on the reviews a lot. I don't even know what that is. Like for the mouse to go over all the screens and all of that, or the keyboard. I just ordered 5060 Ti, 16 gigabytes, good enough for gaming. That's a good GPU. Of course, that's good enough for gaming. You can play anything with that. You can play any game with that. No problem. Now, for that GPU, I would recommend you 240 hertz, 1440p. Because, yeah, why would you get 360 or 500 or anything like that? And 4K, it might be a struggle. So 1440p at 27-inch looks sharp, especially with the DLSS transformer model. So I would recommend you to actually get one of these, 240 hertz, 1440p. I don't think you can go wrong with that. Now let me check the resolution here. I'm gonna set it to borderless. Set this to set it to borderless. Let's go. I mean, 120 FPS is gonna be a piece of cake. Let me try. Okay, let's just go continue. Let me see. We have Major Paint the Cactus. No, this is a Reno DX. It's looking blown out because I'm using Reno DX and HDR is off. I thought it was gonna work, but I can turn it off for now. So it looks blown out. I have to turn off this mod. Let me try this. Reset all. Or maybe it's just it's just the brightness. Maybe if I just set it to 400 nits or 50. It looks blown out. Yeah, I have. Let me try turning on HDR. I don't think I can use HDR with this, but let me try. HDR settings. Let's try turning on HDR and see if it works. Well, it did work. HDR works. So HDR works with this setup. That is good news. Now I need to check the HDR settings on the monitors, but for now, that's fine. Now it looks great. Let me change. We have HDR 400, so I'm going to change this to 450. That's okay. 450, 2.2, 250. Okay. Okay, so let me check this out. Let's see, shadows. 54. A little bit more color. Okay, let's check. Let me check this out. Well, it seems like I moved this. I was. Yeah, it was just bent. Trying to align. Okay, so let's see. I have to let me step this back a little bit. Let me turn off the lights. I can have a better view. Let me tell you, bro. This might not work, but I'm gonna have a lot of fun. This might not be ideal. If it doesn't work at 240, it makes no sense whatsoever. But I'm still gonna have a lot of fun today. Let me get this. Let me turn this off. I'm gonna have a lot of fun today, bro. I'm gonna tell you that. I don't care. Okay, let me see. Let me check this out. Okay. Let me get this out of the way. I should let me get the controller so I can stand up. Have to. Can I get the controller? Let me open these so I can use the controller. Okay, good. Good. So, what's going on? Why is this going backwards? Okay. Let's see. Oh, what's going on with the controller? Why is the controller not working right? This controller is not working. Yeah, let me unplug this. Plug it back again. Okay. What's the bug? Something is weird with the controller now. It's like not. This controller is giving me issues. It's like 3 years old, but I don't want to have to buy another one. So I've been dealing with some controller issues, but right now this is crazy. Like I don't know why is this going down like that. Okay, let me look at it. Forget about the controller for a moment. Let me see how this is. So I'm trying to imagine. Let me have this. Wait, I need to get a share. Okay, let me get a share. I'm gonna move this a little bit. Let me get a chair to look at it so I can give you my impressions. I need to try it. Okay. Let me get a share right here. Well, the share, I have to, let me see, how can I get this? Okay, let me try this. I unplugged my phone for a moment. I can move the share. I need to try this, bro. I need to try this. But still, 120. I mean, it's just not. It's not worth it at all if it doesn't work at 240, 360. Well, let's see. Maybe something is wrong with the NVIDIA surround, or I don't know what's going on. Let me try this. Okay. So, well, actually, I would need to lower the. Oh man, let me tell you, the aspect ratio looks. Man, I mean, why am I having this issue with the controller, man? This is crazy. It's like working backwards. What's going on with this controller? Okay. Okay. See, it's like walking backwards, or man, like why is this? Like it's like walking the other way. I cannot play. I was not having this issue with the controller. See, it was just like walking it in its own. Maybe if I. Oh, maybe I can walk with the keyboard and then. Yeah, there's something wrong with it, but okay. The aspect ratio, I mean, if I had a display that was like this, wow. I mean, no bezels. Just the aspect ratio, the size, the resolution. I mean, this looks very, very sharp. This is like 4K. But again, I have that already. I have my S90D, so why would I play here? The whole point of this experiment was to get 240 and beyond. But yeah, man, I have to figure this out later. Like, no controller. This is going crazy. I'm gonna have to let me close the game and open it again because something happened here. Like, what is going on? Maybe my keyboard. Maybe things. What is it? What is causing that issue? It's not the controller. It was doing it on its own. See, let me close the game and try to open it again. Let me read the comments. See if someone. No, maybe maybe it was not the controller. Thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, the bezels are a deal breaker. I mean, the only reason why I wanted to try this is to get a feel for it, and just to see 240, to see the higher resolution, the bigger screen size. We don't have 4K 240 at this screen size. We definitely don't have 360 4K at any size. let alone 500 hertz, which is coming out this year. And I wanted to see if this works. I wanted to see if I can try this with my TVs. To get a third 65-inch TV, I'm gonna get the S95F and see if I can do this. So I wanted to get a feel. What if I do this with my TVs? And I cannot try this with my TVs because I would need a special stand, or I would need to buy one of those wall-mounted arms to see if it works. Okay, let me do this. Let me try to fix this controller issue I have. So I'll get rid of these. Okay, let's see if it works now. So yeah, the vessels are a problem, big problem, especially at this size. Yeah, I mean, 83 E5 is better. Well, that would be a lot better, that's for sure. But the G5 is not 360 or 500. So the thing is, if this works, I think it would be very compelling to get 500 hertz. But if this is not even working at 240, then forget about it. It's not gonna work at all. So now, let me get this closer. I need to get this monitor a lot closer here. Okay, so it's not. Okay, let me see. Man, it looks wonderful. Looks amazing. Let me see if I can get over the vessels. The first thing I have to do is to move these a little bit more this way. Let's see if I can get over it. So the vessel, the left vessel is a lot bigger. Maybe because of the pixel shift. Now, can I live with the vessel? I don't know. I need to test it more. But I have to say, the pixel shift is definitely going to mess this up, because even if I get them perfectly aligned, at some point it's going to get them out of alignment. Let me lower this a little bit. Okay. It looks so good. The problem is the vessel, of course. But it looks so good, man. Now, the Bezel 3 kit is definitely not going to work for this setup. One because it is not long enough. But even if I use two of them, it will be in the middle of the screen. It will be this big on the screen. So that's definitely distracting, because I'm looking at the center and I already have a weird acrylic, thing on the screen. So that's out of the window, out of the question already. Now, for sim racing in 16:9, that should work well. With the Bezel 3 kit, it should work. Because let me tell you, right now, even when it is so small, the width of the center display is so small, and I can definitely see the vessels like right there. It's not as big of a deal breaker as I thought, because I am focused on the center of the screen most of the time. Like, I don't think it is completely unusable. Let's put it that way. For now, I need to try it more. I find more annoying. So the worst thing about this setup right now is that I was not able to have them. You see, they are overlapping each other. Like this display at the left is closer to me. So it's on the outside. The center display here is on the inside. And then the display on the right is on the inside too. So it is like a staircase. And what I wanted was to have the center display in and the two displays on the peripheral view out. But I cannot do that because these monitors have a piece of plastic with the MSI logo that is going out of the screen at the bottom. So the bottom of the screen has that big piece of plastic. It's not big, but it's just wider. It's not even big. It's super thin, but it's just additional space. And the problem is if I put this display on the right on top of the one in the center, I would see the vessel, the big plastic vessel with the MSI logo. I don't want that, of course, because it's gonna be bigger than the vessel. Now, for some reason, I don't know why this monitor here, the vessel looks bigger. It might look bigger because of the pixel refresh. The pixel, let me move the pixel move shift. Okay, let me change the pixel shift to see if that's what's going on. If I change this to another one, just to get it out of the way. No, I don't see any difference. I don't see any difference, Bob. So what I'm saying is that the vessel, this top vessel of the left monitor is bigger for some reason. I think it's because of the pixel shift, but I'm not sure. Yeah, they were designed for landscape. Yeah, that's for sure. But man, let me tell you, man, this is beautiful. Like the resolution, this is, I mean, I'm getting a lot of shimmering at the top. Let me check the settings. Let me check the settings. So I change it to window it. Let me do full screen. Let me try this. Confirm. See how that works. Yeah, and the sim racing setup is definitely for landscape. Yeah. Yeah, I think for, once I have the monitors in landscape, it's gonna make a lot more sense. Now, did the game crash or what's going on? Well, the game crashed. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened. The signal is off. Well, what happened? Nothing is responding on my keyboard. Oh, the game crashed. Maybe? Let me see. No, the game is not. Didn't crash yet. Yeah, but keep in mind that in the video right now, it is, well, actually, I cannot see the vessels. Like in the darkness, it's like very, very faint. I mean, if I turn off the lights, I have a light here in the room. If I do this, you cannot see anything. I cannot see the display at all, of course, because it's an OLED. Yeah, I think this is bugs. I don't know about the latest drivers because maybe this is an issue with the drivers because I just installed the latest drivers and this is the first thing I do. The first game I open after installing the latest drivers is this. So let me just kill the game and open it again because it's not responding. Go to the task manager and I mean, I knew I was gonna have issues. I was not expecting smooth sailing here. So I just want to get a better feel for the game, play it a little bit. It's not bad, man. Let me tell you, it is not bad. The thing is, there's no way, let me tell you right now, there's absolutely no way I would use this over my TV. It's not bigger and it has the bezels. And the resolution is higher, but it's not a lot higher for it to make sense. And if I cannot get more than 120 hertz, then it absolutely makes no sense. But once I flip them in landscape and I get 8K by 1440p with the Bezel free kit, that should be good. That's the way it's supposed to work well. So let's see, but I wanted to try this one first. So for some reason, where's my mouse? It's not working. Like PC just frozen right now. Is this experience affecting if you want to do it with a TV now? So yes. So I'm trying it. I'm going to do it with the TVs. You bet. I already tried 265-inch. It was great. So the thing is, what I wanted to know mainly with this experiment is first try the Bezel free kit to see if it works well for me. For the triple setup and landscape, super ultra wide, I will try that, and probably that might be my setup. But I wanted to try this configuration and landscape to get higher resolution. But I think, I don't know if this is gonna work like 8K, because think about it. If I do this with 4K displays, I'm gonna get beyond 8K, and I don't think I can get beyond 8K at 120. If I cannot get this one at 240, I don't think I can get the. But maybe I can. Let's see. Man, the whole PC it's just dead right now. It's like not working. I'm gonna restart everything. I'm gonna restart the PC. Like everything just collapsed. Yeah, I mean, this, let me tell you, it's gonna work with 365-inch TVs. Let me tell you right now, I am looking at the bezels very close. They are obviously, they are not even on my peripheral view. They are right there. And because the most important thing is what I have at the center of the screen. Yes, I can see the bezels, but right now it's not like, oh, there's no way I would use this setup. But again, the biggest deal breaker is that if I cannot do more than 120 hertz, then it just doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make sense at all. But if I can do 120, I mean, here's the thing. With Samsung, I don't need 120 hertz necessarily. And I'm 100% sure I can do this with 365-inch TVs at 60 hertz. And I can use Samsung's Game Motion Plus. So Game Motion Plus on each TV, that will work 100%. I tried that already with a double TV setup. That will work. So imagine that. So I get 60 FPS at over 8K. No, not over 8K. It was like 6K. Let me get the numbers again. So it was. Let me get the. I'll tell you the numbers again because I forgot. So if I do this with the TVs, it would be 6480. So that is the horizontal resolution. So it's 2160 times 3. So the resolution, if I do this with the TVs, is going to be 6480 by 3840. So be more than 6K, but by 4K. And the aspect ratio will be close to like a 16 by 10, something like that. So I think that will work. But if it doesn't work, then I would just try them in landscape for a super ultra wide or sim racer setup. And then I can use the Bezel free kit. I will need to adapt them. But yeah, I think this is crazy. This is absolutely insane. So I have to try it. The 5090, I don't think so. Especially to get 60 FPS, it's not a problem at all for the 5090. Not a problem. That will be easy. 60 FPS at that resolution, easy. No problem. And I can get 240 with this resolution too. It's just not letting me do that right now. Okay, let's try it again. Gonna open the game. Open the game. Let's try again. See if it works. You know what? Maybe the problem is that this displays the 240 hertz monitors that I have without DSC, without display string compression, they can only do 120 hertz. So that maybe that's what the problem is. So my 360 hertz. So basically, if I had 360 hertz displays without DSC, they can do 240 hertz. So maybe with that setup, I can do the surround at 240 hertz. So yeah, and maybe with the 500 hertz monitors, then you can do 360 without DSC. Maybe, I don't know, depending on the cables and all that, on the ports. So let me fix this. So I have to change to window full screen. Okay, before I do that, let me try changing the resolution here. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Boom. So yeah, I think the 5090 can do it easy. No problem, especially with DLSS. That's not gonna be a problem. Okay, let's go. Let's see if this works now. Yeah, I mean, and here's the thing. Another reason why I'm doing this is because we could have better than this right now. Samsung can do a 500 hertz 4K, 77-inch QD-OLED, no problem. Why they don't do it? Because it wouldn't make them money. They think that people might not buy that, and so that's why. They can do whatever they want. They just do whatever makes sense for them to make a profit. So yeah, that's it. We could have this 500 hertz, 40-inch, whatever, beyond 4K, no problem. I mean, no problem. But we don't because, I mean, it's just, they are spoon feeding us the tech. But let me tell you right now, man, geometry, I don't have a big issue with it. As you can see, let me get this out of the way. Okay, let me see. This is awesome. I wish OEMs would really try to push higher resolutions than 4K. Well, Samsung is already going to release a 5K display, but 27-inch 5K display. But it's 120 hertz, I think. Yeah, greater than 40 inches. Yeah, I that's what I want to. The NVIDIA drivers right now are bad. Many issues with multi-monitor setup with 5090. Well, that might be why. I hope it is. So if you tilt the monitors slightly on their sides, you can play Mech Warrior. Slightly on their sides. I don't know what you mean because I haven't played that game, so I don't know exactly what you mean. I'm trying to imagine it, but I don't know exactly what you mean. So you have issues with 2 DisplayPort monitors at the same time. Had to have one on DisplayPort and one on HDMI. Well, maybe I can try that. I can try to connect at least one of the monitors with HDMI and then the other 2 with DisplayPort. Maybe that would help. It's like you're inside a giant robot. Yeah, I've seen the game. Oh, I get what you're saying, because the vessels would be where the pillars of the robot is, so it wouldn't be a problem at all. I get what you're saying. Yeah, it's like if you're playing a sim racing game and then you have the pillar where the vessel is, it doesn't matter at all. Yeah, that's yeah, and that's the thing. Some people only play a handful of games, and a setup like this might work for a specific game very, very well. So yeah, that's the thing. Let me tell you right now. Yeah, the thing is, my conclusion right now is I much rather play on my 65-inch TV. It's bigger. I have no vessels, and it is 144. And right now, this is 120. So there's no advantage here other than the resolution is higher than 4K. This resolution right now is higher than 4K. It looks amazing. It looks absolutely amazing. But yeah, there's no way I would play on this over my TV. My TV is also brighter. The HDR impact is better. It has less full screen brightness, but that's it. It is more colorful, much higher peak brightness. In a 10% window, I have 1,000 nits. So it's not even close. The advantage of this setup, I was expecting it to be the higher refresh rate, but it seems like that might not be possible. So I think I'm going to leave it there. I'll keep trying it. And then after I keep trying it, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to end the live stream here. I'm going to try to research about this NVIDIA surround limitation to see if I can get it working at 240. And I'm going to make a video about it. I'm going to make a video about this setup, like right now, after I finish the live stream. Then after that video, I'm going to try to set these monitors in landscape. So 3 of them, landscape, super ultra wide. I will make a video about that, and we'll go from there. I think, yeah, I think that's what the best way I can cover this. But I wanna try this more, of course, before having an opinion. But the thing is, yeah, it's like if I cannot get 240, it's not what I was looking for. Now we're getting here 120 locked, easy. 5090, just to give you the performance numbers. 5090 right now, DLSS ultra quality with some optimized settings on this game. The resolution, like right now, the resolution we have is 4320 by 2560. 120 FPS. The 5090 is at 40%. And this is one of the most demanding areas of the game, okay? So this is easy for the 5090. We could have 240 FPS here, no problem. My CPU would be the limitation. But right now, 5090 is at 42%. We could easily have 240 FPS here. No issues for the 5090. And again, this is DLSS ultra quality. So, of course, this game runs very, very well. I'm not going to get that performance on every single game, but this is good. This is good. And the biggest problem I see on this setup is that the overlapping I am doing with the screens is not ideal because they are on a staircase. So left screen is popping more, is the one that's closer to me. Then the middle screen is in, and then the last screen to the right is more in. So it's a staircase, and that's not ideal. I wanted to have the middle screen in and the screens at the corners going overlapping it on top. But that's not what I have, and it is a problem because that affects the geometry. And then the other thing is, for some reason, this bezel is bigger, and it's not because of the pixel shift, because I've been using it for a moment now. It doesn't change. For some reason, the top bezel of this monitor is bigger than the top bezel of this monitor. I don't know why. Maybe the pixel shift is so slow, or maybe it's not even kicking in, but that's not changing. And that is weird. I don't understand why that's the case. It should be exactly the same. And you can see it on the video too. The left bezel is wider than the right bezel. And I know you're looking at it through an angle, but it is very, very noticeable. So if you can, you need to make a 3 TVs video, bro. I will, 100%. I will get the S95F. I'm gonna peel off the matte finish, go through the settings, compare before and after the matte finish, compare that with the glossy, and then I'm gonna put it in the center, then S90D on one side and S90C on the other side. 365-inch QD-OLEDs. I am definitely going to try that, and that setup is gonna be amazing. Absolutely incredible. And I can even try just 32:9 instead, and have the 2 TVs in the corners, have them just half the screen. Just create a custom resolution to not go all the way so super ultra wide, and that would be great too. That should work very, very well. So because I think if it is so wide, some games are not gonna work well. So yeah, limitations could be there with NVIDIA surround. I haven't tried that. Yeah, I think we are finding out. That's why I think it is so important, this experiment, because who else is gonna do this? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people have tried this. Not a lot of people, but some people have tried this setup. But in portrait, I have never seen anyone try it in portrait. So there you go. Don't waste your money. If that's what you wanted to do, don't waste your money. I don't think it makes any sense in portrait. Now, in landscape, with the bezel-free kit for sim racing, yeah, that should be good. So I'm gonna try that next and see how that goes. So the DisplayPort cables I have are just the regular 1.4. These monitors don't have display 2.1. These monitors don't have that. So, and they do have DSC. And the problem is, if I turn off DSC, it is limited to 120. So most likely, that's the issue here. But here's the thing. If that's the case, I wanted to know that, because now I know if that's the problem. If I get 360 hertz QD-OLED, no, this monitor, basically, the monitor that I have at the center is 360 hertz. If these two were also 360 hertz, without DSC, those monitors can do 240 hertz. Maybe that's how I can get 240 hertz. But that's disappointing, because you're losing you're losing the the full refresh rate. And yeah, I'll have to figure that out. You know what that means? I need to buy another one. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna try the setup. If I am blown away with it, then I need another one to actually do the setup, because I cannot. There's no going back for the family. There's no going back from QD-OLED. I mean, they can tell the difference between the QD-OLED with the settings I am using for Netflix, which is I'm adjusting it up. I share the settings I'm using for Netflix. They love it, and even going back to the C1, yeah, it's family can see the difference big time. Okay, so there's no going back from QD-OLED, so I would need to get another TV. So basically what I'm saying right now is when I get the S95F, I'm going to try the triple setup. It's gonna be awesome, but I cannot use it until I get the next one. So that's gonna be, yeah, that's gonna be crazy. So probably what I'm gonna do when I get the next one is gonna be a 77-inch. So a family will have the 77-inch to watch movies and all that, and I will have the 365-inch setup. So that's what's gonna happen. I think the fact that 5090 supports display 2.1 bypasses that issue, but could be wrong. So it's not a matter of the supporting display 2.1. There was a change. I don't remember the explanation, but the reason, so for the same reason that the 50 series GPUs in general, not only the 5090, for the same reason they support DLSR without having to turn off DSC. So basically with DSC, DLSR works. So for that reason, for that same reason, I thought this was gonna work at 240 hertz, and it doesn't. So yeah, that's the thing. I just looked, my two displays say 120 hertz also for surround. So which displays do you have? The 32-inch 240 hertz QD-OLEDs? Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Okay. Well, then that's the issue. That's the issue then. Basically, with NVIDIA surround, you can get whatever your monitor can get without DSC, which in this case, in your case, 120, same as me. Now we know. Now we know. Yeah. Now we know, man. They made the display head bigger. Oh yeah, that's what it was. That's what it was. So it's not like they tried to fix that issue. The issue got fixed as a consequence. Okay, man. Well, let's leave it there. We've been streaming for almost 3 hours. I'm gonna make a video about it. So let me make a video about this setup. I'll play a little bit, eat something, then go back, make the video, and then I'm gonna flip them in landscape, see how that works, and make another video about that. Hey, we have Classy. How's it going? So Classy said you can disable NVIDIA surround and edit game init file. So you mean to instead of doing the surround? Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh yeah. So instead of using NVIDIA surround, just create a resolution on the game. So just have the displays extended on Windows and then set the resolution on the game. Yes, that might work. Actually, Classy was the one who gave me this idea. What I had in mind was to have the TVs and landscape. Classy was the one who told me with the 65-inch TVs, the bezels should not be that big of a deal. And let me tell you right now, looking at this, and these are 27-inch displays. So what I'm trying to do is imagine myself doing this with a TV. So if I do it with the TVs, I can get closer to a screen. So it will be like here. The bezels I don't think are going to be a problem, man. I don't think the bezels are going to be a deal breaker because the TVs are so much bigger. Yeah, I think Classic fixed it. Okay, let's see. Accept whatever resolution NVIDIA says. Set custom resolution in NVIDIA if needed. If that doesn't work, edit the file per game. On TV, you can disable the pixel shift. Yeah. Yeah, the pixel shift is definitely gonna be a problem. But let me tell you, so far I've been looking at the alignment on the game here, and so far it's not. I haven't seen it as a big problem. But yeah, it is a problem. I must rather turn it off, definitely. And let me tell you, if I do this setup with 3 TVs, especially, I mean, S95F in the middle is a lot brighter, especially ABL. When I get ABL on the S90D and S90C, it's gonna be super, super noticeable. So what I'm gonna have to do is to lower the brightness of all the TVs to be 200 nits. So I would do SDR 200 nits because the ABL on HDR is super bothersome with this setup. And I tried that with two TVs and it was so bothersome, so distracting. The ABL was a deal breaker. Class is saying I might end up with 3 S95F. So you're gonna do it? Oh man. 3 S95F. 25 million pixels, 2300 nits, 165 hertz. Now, but I don't know now with the 50 series GPUs if the One Connect box, it shouldn't be an issue, right? Have you tried your S95F with another TV? Have you tried to do the surround? I don't know if the One Connect box is gonna be a problem for that. But yeah, this is, I mean, and let me tell you, Classy, I'm not sure if you know about this. I mean, you just got here to a stream, so let me show you this. Maybe you don't know about this product. If you set the TVs like this, let me get more light here in the room. I can show you this. So if you set all the TVs like this in portrait, you cannot use this device. But if you set them 16:9 landscape, you can use this. This is the Bezel free. It's called Bezel free kit from ASUS. It's designed for 27-inch only. So I'm gonna try this with these 3 27-inch monitors. This is going to make the Bezel disappear. Let me show you. This one has the peel, so I would have to peel it off. But my point is, with 365-inch TVs, you can use 2 of these. You can glue 2 of these together to make the Bezel disappear completely. And it would be in the peripheral view. Yeah, I would do a video. Oh yeah, I mean that's great content. Yeah, Classy has the 50. I think he got a 5080. Let me show you here real quick with the other Bezel that I already peeled off. Let me show you how that looks like. Look at this, and of course I could do it with this. I I could buy another pair of these and try it. But look at this. The Bezel completely disappears. Now let me turn off the lights so you can see this better. Look how the Bezel disappears. Let me. Oh no, the thing is, it doesn't disappear because I need to have the monitors at an angle. But if I get them far away from the screen, the Bezel disappears too. I need to be out of the. It's clipping. Okay. So if I separate them, see if I can show this thing. Man, this auto adjustment of the camera sucks. Let me try to turn it off. Really soft. So the thing is, you need the displays to be in an angle, okay? But this thing can make the Bezel disappear completely. Thing is clipping. Every time the camera sees me, it's clipping. Let me get out of the way. Okay, let me get out of the way. Man, why is this thing clipping? Let me get it closer to the screen. I showed this yesterday. I'm gonna make a video about it. Once I finish the stream, I'm gonna change the displays to make a video about it. Okay, let's see if I can show that. See, this can make the Bezel disappear completely. But you need to have them in an angle. You need to have the displays in an angle. So it's going to distort it's going to add some distortion. It's gonna look kind of blurry, but in the peripheral view, it will make the Bezel disappear. So it should be better than nothing. It should be better than nothing. I don't care about Bezels. They are too slim compared to what we used to have. TV size separates them enough. Yeah. But I mean, if you can get rid of them, it might be better. I need to test the One Connect box with DP, DisplayPort to HDMI adapter or cable to make sure it doesn't have dropouts. Yeah, it has to be like a fiber optic cable. Wouldn't you be worried if they decide to go 240 hertz next year? Well, man, hopefully they go 240. They might go 200. If they go 240 with 4K, it is going to take a lot more than a 5080 to hold that. 165 hertz is already a stretch for modern games. I don't like DLSS. Well, the thing is, yeah, you can use frame generation, but it's still very, very hard. Very, very hard. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna finish the stream. I'm gonna go eat some food, make a video about this setup. So let me give you a conclusion about this. Absolutely not. Do not buy 327-inch to have them in portrait like this, because, well, the thing is, I wanted 240 hertz. Definitely don't get the 240 hertz monitors. If you get the 360 hertz monitors without DSC, you can get it 240. So basically, if these three monitors were 360 hertz, which is the one that I have at the center is 360 hertz, the two monitors in the peripheral, they are 240 hertz. So this monitor at the center, 360 hertz, can do 240 hertz without DSC. So I think for NVIDIA Surround, that is the limit. So that for NVIDIA Surround, that's not gonna work. Now I have to try what Class is telling me, which is basically disable NVIDIA Surround and create a custom resolution on the game. That might not work for every game, but it might work for some games. So I'm gonna try that before I do the video. But the thing is, yeah, the bezels are not in the middle of the screen, but they are visible. And unless this was working at 240, you know, or 360 if you have 360 hertz monitors, or 500 if you get the 500 hertz monitors, I don't think this makes sense. Now, I have to try them in 60:9 landscape with the Bezel 3 kit. That might work very well, especially for sim racing games. But let's see. So I don't want to give you a full conclusion about this, but so far, I don't think this makes any sense like that. In landscape, I don't think it makes any sense. But let's see. Let's see how that goes. I want 240 hertz for movie watching though, since they would have 10 frames to improve motion with different techniques. Well, let's see how that goes. Yeah, I think they're gonna do 200 hertz next. It's what makes sense based on what they've been doing. 120 hertz, 8 milliseconds. 144, 7. 165, 6 milliseconds. 200, 5 milliseconds. So then 240 will be 4 milliseconds. So that's what they're gonna do probably. One by one, they're spoon feeding us the tech. So let's leave it there, man. Thank you very much for stopping by. Thank you very much. I'm gonna try what you suggested, Classy. I'm gonna turn off NVIDIA Surround, try to set a custom resolution on the game to see if it works. I'll make a video about this setup, and then I will try the Bezel 3 kit in 16:9 with super ultra wide. So thanks for joining. You guys take care. I will make probably 2 more videos today before going to sleep. Hopefully, I can get it done. So thank you very much. You guys have a good one. Bye.